Okay, hello everyone, this is Sushma. I'm associated with PT Tutorials. Today we'll be going through another series of listening mock test. And this mock test is number 5 and you can find the 4 series on YouTube. Coming to this listening module, this will be the last module of your exam and you have 10 minutes break before taking this listening module. So it's an optional break, but I recommend you to take the break because you'll be stressed with writing, writing essays and reading and filling up the blanks and all. So better take the break of 10 minutes at least. Go out, have some water, and come. And you start your listening module. Before starting your listening module, make sure your marker is writing because everything summarize spoken text, write from dictation, most of the things you need to write it there. So better take the check your marker and notepad if it is writing and get ready for the listening module because you need to concentrate each and every second here in this listening module. Each and every second is important here, so you have to concentrate more on this listening part. And coming to today's webinar, this is on listening module mock test. So this listening mock test, you can give your scores for 3 modules, that is listening, writing and reading. And from this mock test, you can just divide your page into 3 parts, giving score for reading, writing, and listening. I'll tell you how to do that. For summarize spoken text, the collection of keywords. How did you collect the keywords? That you can give out of 10 keywords, you have collected 5, then give 5 points out of 10. I'll be giving you the sample answers as well, so you can analyze your score. So give 5 points out of 10 there. And for writing, check, I'll tell you whether it is grammatically correct or not. Then you can give your score for grammar, that is writing. And you have listening fill in the blanks here. For listening fill in the blanks, for each option, that means for each blank, give 1 point there. For your writing module, not for listening. For your writing, give 1 point for each. And for reading, highlight incorrect words, give 1 point for your reading. For each incorrect word which you have selected, you need to give 1 point for reading. And at the end, you have write from dictation. For each word, you can give 1 point for listening and 1 point for writing. If you have, if the sentence is of 10 words and you have written only 9 words, you give 9 points for listening and 9 points for writing. However, there is negative marking only for highlight incorrect words. I'll tell you how to give the score there itself. And this is how you have to do today. So you'll be scoring for both listening, writing and reading as well. So listening, writing and reading will be the score today. And today you can analyze how you're going to do this mock test of listening, how much you can score in the real exam as well. And today's questions which I have taken are from the exam memories of the students from Telegram group. So these are the most repeated questions. I've seen the exam memories and the ones which have repeated again among these students also who have shared the exam memories. The first one was New Zealand of Summarise spoken text. So most of the students has got this particular Summarise spoken text. Sorry. So you will be having most repeated questions today. And let's start with the listening mock test. And the first question of the listening module will be summarize spoken text. What happens here? You'll hear a short report, write a summary to your fellow student who was not present. You should write 50 to 70 words. You have 10 minutes to finish this task. Your response will be judged on the quality of your writing and on how well your response presents the key points presented in the report. Okay, don't write less than 50 words or more than 70 words. It has to be between 50 to 70. And actually in the actual exam, you have 10 minutes to finish this task. Remember, 10 minutes means exact 10 minutes. And you will complete this particular summarized spoken text, the first one in 7 minutes, and I need 3 minutes to be carry forward. It means it will not be like that. This 10 minutes is individually for this particular question itself. So 10 minutes spent, complete 10 minutes, including the audio time as well. And after the audio is played, you jot down the keywords while you're listening to the audio itself. So once you have jotted down the words, you just start writing immediately, because try to complete it fast, but don't click next. Proofread, proofread, proofread till 9 minutes 30 seconds. If you have proofread, do it again, because summarize spoken text is very important for the writing module. And if you are doing any spelling mistakes here, that will affect your score for sure. So make sure your summarized spoken text is perfect, without grammatical mistakes, without spelling mistakes, which is very, very important. And one thing I wanted to tell you is, most of the students, because even the students who come to me for coaching and all, when say you don't know what mistakes you are doing. First of all, you do so many mistakes, and but you don't know why your scoring is low. Like writing, why my writing is suffering. I'm writing it very good, I've proofread without any spelling mistakes, no grammatical mistakes, why is my writing low? You don't understand. And when they come to me and I ask them to write a sample answer, they write it, and the first sentence itself will be the mistake of this summarized spoken text. That is, the lecture was discussing about, the speaker was discussing about, the lecture is discussed about. So this discussing about is not at all in usage, because there is no about, there is no preposition about after discussed. Discuss. So the first sentence itself is wrong. That means you lose points for grammar there. That affects your writing score. Of course, you write so many keywords and everything, all the keywords you have written, but that grammatical mistake, of course, will affect your writing. So it's not that I've proofread. Yes, proofreading you will do, but when you know certain things, when you know certain rules of spellings, you have two rules. That means should use either American or British. You shouldn't mix both of the spellings. So these are some rules which you need to follow, and for that, personal attention is needed. Okay, and that I'll be checking today, because there are so many students are there today. And the webinar we have around 20 students. Yes, so I can check. Let us do that. The first summarized spoken text audio. I'll be playing the first audio now. Get ready with your notepad, sorry, pen and paper. I'll be giving you 1 minute. Just go grab your pen and paper to note down the points. Okay, ready?
This is my next contribution to New Zealand's super diverse future. The status quo is not sustainable. Super diversity stocktake, which I will talk to you about now, is designed to help us to adapt to a super diverse New Zealand, to make sure that we are fit for the future. Because New Zealand is super diverse right now, predominantly in Auckland, but actually throughout New Zealand. Here, we're already 50% Māori Pacifica and Asian. 44% are not born in New Zealand. And we have over 200 ethnicities. Now, the definition academically of super diversity is 25% not born in New Zealand, 100 ethnicities. So we are almost double that number already. And Auckland will continue to become younger and browner as the Anglo-Saxon population ages and shrinks. So the mega trend here is not age. And the mega trend here is not urbanisation. The mega trend is demography. It's ethnicity. And we need to get our head around that, because most of the benefits from super diversity that we as a country are enjoying at the moment, such as greater innovation, productivity and investment, increase New Zealand's financial capital, whereas most of the challenges from super diversity adversely affect New Zealand's social capital. However, if you don't mitigate the challenges to your social capital, you are not going to maximise sustainably the diversity dividend benefits for your financial capital.
I'll give you 6 minutes. Of course, in the exam you have 10 minutes, but now I'm going to give you only 6 minutes and write down it into sentences. Okay, 10 minutes is up. Let me play the audio again with its transcript. Okay.
This is my next contribution to New Zealand's super diverse future. The status quo is not sustainable. Super diversity stocktake, which I will talk to you about now, is designed to help us to adapt to a super diverse New Zealand, to make sure that we are fit for the future. Because New Zealand is super diverse right now, predominantly in Auckland, but actually throughout New Zealand. Here, we're already 50% Maori Pacifica and Asian. 44% are not born in New Zealand, and we have over 200 ethnicities. Now, the definition academically of super diversity is 25% not born in New Zealand, 100 ethnicities. So we are almost double that number already. And Auckland will continue to become younger and browner as the Anglo-Saxon population ages and shrinks. So the mega trend here is not age. And the mega trend here is not urbanisation. The mega trend is demography. It's ethnicity. And we need to get our head around that, because most of the benefits from super diversity that we as a country are enjoying at the moment, such as greater innovation, productivity and investment, increase New Zealand's financial capital, whereas most of the challenges from super diversity adversely affect New Zealand's social capital. However, if you don't mitigate the challenges to your social capital, you are not going to maximise sustainably the diversity dividend benefits for your financial capital.
Okay, this is a transcript. And the keywords with answer would be: this lecture focuses on developing a super diverse New Zealand to tackle the unsustainable status quo. The first 2-3 sentences I've covered here. Firstly, New Zealand is super diverse with 200 ethnicities, because it was there here. It was, yes, here somewhere. And Auckland will become younger and browner. Moreover, demography and ethnicity is the mega trend that is not urbanized. So she has told that it is not aged, it is not urbanized, but it is demography and ethnicity. But if you write in that way, your word limit will exceed. So I have just compressed it to: moreover, demography and ethnicity is the mega trend that is not urbanized and brings increasing investment for its financial capital, but adversely affects its social capital, which was clear clearly in the audio. In conclusion, mitigating the challenges is to maximize the diversity of financial capital. This will be your answer. Okay, and this is of 70 words. And coming to the next audio, just have a look. First of all, just have a look at the answer. Okay, your next audio will be ready. Ready with your pen and paper?
The place below the Earth's surface where a sudden dislocation of rocks occurs is called the focus of an earthquake, or the epicenter. It can be situated at a depth varying between several kilometers and several hundred kilometers. On the other hand, the place on the surface directly above the focus is referred to as the epicenter. The energy released during a dislocation is transferred through the crust and on the surface in the form of vibrations, referred to as seismic waves. It is the shock waves that can be observed as earth tremors, which are most intense at the epicenter. The energy of the seismic waves decrease as they move away from the epicenter.
I'll give you 6 minutes. Okay, the time is up. And let me play the audio with the transcript.
The place below the Earth's surface where a sudden dislocation of rocks occurs is called the focus of an earthquake, or the epicenter. It can be situated at a depth varying between several kilometers and several hundred kilometers. On the other hand, the place on the surface directly above the focus is referred to as the epicenter. The energy released during a dislocation is transferred through the crust and on the surface in the form of vibrations, referred to as seismic waves. It is the shock waves that can be observed as Earth's tremors, which are most intense at the epicenter. The energy of the seismic waves decrease as they move away from the epicenter.
Okay, so this is your transcript, and I have received a couple of messages that the audio was not clear, and this is the audio taken from the real exam. So in your real exam also, this will be the audio. It is a bit weird, so you have to be prepared for all types of audios there. Okay, and let me show you the answer. The answer will be, the lecture was regarding the focus of an earthquake. Firstly, the place below the Earth's surface is called the epicenter, which is situated at the depth of several hundred kilometers. However, the place above the focus is called the epicenter, and the energy released in the form of vibrations is called seismic waves. Finally, the energy of the seismic waves decreases as they move away from the epicenter. This is the answer. I'll give you 1 minute, just have a look. And the keywords here will be earthquake, focus, epicenter, earth surface, epicenter, vibrations, seismic waves, decreases as they move away from epicenter. These will be the keywords. Okay. Next, we'll go to the listening, fill in the blanks. This is scored for both writing as well as listening. So give your score for writing here. For each blank, give the score for writing. Here you will hear a recording and type the missing words in each blank. I'll start the audio in 10 seconds. Just go through the first sentence.
Now that story's been scorched, as only part of contingency planning. But it was a symptom of the dramatic turn of events in South Australia, and it flushed out other remarks from water academics and people like Tim Flannery, indicating that things were really much worse than had been foreshadowed, even earlier this year. So is Adelaide, let alone some whole regions of South Australia, in serious bother? Considering that the vast amount of its drinking water comes from the beleaguered Murray, something many of us outside the state may not have quite realized. Is their predicament something we have to face up to as a nation?
Audio is not here. Okay, let me play it again.
Now that story's been scorched, as only part of contingency planning. But it was a symptom of the dramatic turn of events in South Australia, and it flushed out other remarks from water academics and people like Tim Flannery, indicating that things were really much worse than had been foreshadowed, even earlier this year. So is Adelaide, let alone some whole regions of South Australia, in serious bother? Considering that the vast amount of its drinking water comes from the beleaguered Murray, something many of us outside the state may not have quite realized. Is their predicament something we have to face up to as a nation?
So this is a real exam question. However, the words are a bit tricky, so that's why you feel like it is a difficult audio. And let me share the answers. Scorched, indicating foreshadowed, beleaguered, predicament. The answers are scorched, indicating foreshadowed, beleaguered, predicament. Okay. Now, question number 2. Yes, ready. I'm starting the audio. Ready?
As a consumer, you're probably consuming imports. If we have a trade war and we start slapping tariffs on all of those imports, the bill is going to be higher. If the world relies so much on trade, what is a trade war and why do countries get caught up in them in the first place?
This is also a real exam question, and your answer is as a consumer, slapping and relies. Let me show that again and play it. Consumer, slapping, relies.
As a consumer, you're probably consuming imports. If we have a trade war and we start slapping tariffs on all of those imports, the bill is going to be higher. If the world relies so much on trade, what is a trade war and why do countries get caught up in them in the first place?
Okay. If the world relies so much on trade, we start slapping and as a consumer. Consumer, slapping and relies are the answers. Next, highlight incorrect words. Is the audio clear now? Of course, audios itself are weird audios, means it's a bit fast and with different accent. Coming to highlight incorrect words, you'll hear a recording. Okay. Below is the transcription of the recording. So I'll be displaying the transcription of the recording, and some words in the transcription differ from what the speaker said. And you need to click on the words that are different in your exam actually, but here write it down. Write either the word which is displayed there or the word which you have heard in different, because I'll be displaying both the answers after the audio. Okay. Yes. Question number 1. Ready? Ready, start. Ready.
So each of these films introduced new types of physical phenomena, and these days 3D animation can recreate most real-world scenarios. Yet cinema audiences have increasingly high expectations. So how do companies like Pixar plan to meet the challenges of the future? Well, firstly, studios still struggle to create digital humans that audiences like. Up to now, they've been criticized for looking robotic. So the focus for producers now is on simulating more realistic human skin and more detailed facial movement. Both developments are bringing close the day when there will be convincing digital actors on screen. So,
Okay. So the answers are chemical instead of physical, cinema, film, meat, meat. It is MEAT, meat is written there, but it is meat, MEAT, meat to meat. Okay, and you don't select this and you think that I've selected all the answers, but your reading score will be less when you see your result. That is because of these kind of things. And if you have given one extra answer other than give it a negative marking, because you have a negative marking here. You just give -1 if you have written more other than these options. And these 4 are the answers. This 5, sorry. Chemical, cinema, meat, simultaneously, and fecal. And if it is the words which I have written from the speaker, they are physical, film, meat, stimulating, and facial. Now question number 2 of highlight incorrect words. Ready?
Compared to today, when refugees have to complete a long and complicated application process before arrival, in 1793, all that was required by the authorities was that individuals had to register at the port where they arrived. The collection of personal information started in 1844 with the Naturalization Act, which was updated in 1870.
Okay, the answers are: give 3 points. Tested, that is required. Part, it's all as port, PORT, port. Data, information. Okay, and this score you need to give it for your reading module. Next will be your write from dictation. Write from dictation, you'll hear a sentence, type the sentence exactly as you hear it. Type as much of the sentence as you can. You will hear the sentence only once. I'm going to play the sentence now and you have to write it. Ready?
The nation achieved prosperity by opening its exports for trade.
If the audio is not clear, I have just shared it on Telegram group as well. You can find it there. Okay, the answer is:
The nation achieved prosperity by opening its exports for trade.
the nation achieved prosperity by opening its exports for trade. This is the most repeated write from dictation these days. And coming to the next write from dictation, question number 2. Ready? And the audio is here.
By submitting your dissertation, your advisor must approve your application.
Okay, and your answer will be?
By submitting your dissertation, your advisor must approve your application.
Sorry, it's by or before. It's before submitting your dissertation or by before. Before submitting your dissertation, your advisor must approve your application. Okay, next one. Write from dictation number 3. Ready?
The theme of the instrumental work exhibits more of a demure compositional style.
I'm sharing it on Telegram as well. Okay, the answer is
The theme of the instrumental work exhibits more of a demure compositional style.
the theme of the instrumental work exhibits more of a demure compositional style. Okay, next. Write from dictation number 4. I'm going to share it on Telegram as well.
Another common mistake is to ignore or rule out data which do not support the hypotheses.
Okay, and the answer will be
Another common mistake is to ignore or rule out data which do not support the hypotheses.
another common mistake is to ignore or rule out data which do not support the hypothesis. Next, last audio of write from dictation.
Students must
Ready? Start.
Students must attend a safety course before entering the engineering workshop.
Okay, the answer will be
Students must attend a safety course before entering the engineering workshop.
yes. Students must attend the safety course before entering the engineering workshop. Okay, and now if you have any questions, you can just post it on the Telegram, sorry, here in the questions box. Your queries can be posted here in the questions box, and let me open that. Okay. Okay. Meet, I have a problem on writing and reading fill in the blanks. Writing and reading fill in the blanks, you need to be good at grammar, collocations, vocabulary, and understanding the passage. These four parameters will be helping you in those fill in the blanks, and you need to work on them and try to analyze why the answer is correct for this. While practicing in the PT Tutorials app, just analyze why that answer is right and why it's wrong. If you do in that way only, your reading and writing fill in the blanks will be improved. If not, there is no chance. And good morning, Naveen. Good morning. We can hear you. Okay. Okay. And I've received few answers, but let me complete the questions now. Then we'll go to the answers. Mm, okay. How much right from dictation? How many right from dictations come in the exam? How many? How many means you have either 3 or 4. It depends on the writing questions. You have either 3 or 4 right from dictations only. Next, I have problem in summarize spoken text. Raman, you need to practice Raman, and summarize spoken text. Collection of keywords is very, very important. You need to collect maximum keywords and frame that into a passage. Madam, the dictation tips, please. Dictation tips means you need to practice a lot, Venkateshwarlu. You need to practice a lot, and see, while listening to the audio, try to jot down the initial letters so that it will be very easy for you to frame it into the sentence. Okay. And in repeat sentences, if we jumble the words, we will not get marks for those. Like in recording, if it is the teacher, student, and administrator, no problem, Deep, you can, because you have given the keywords. And Tan is asking, ma'am, my pronunciation is good. My teacher said to me, but in real exam it was only 39. Say at the end of the day, it is software run. Actually, the software should detect your pronunciation, should detect your voice. Then only your pronunciation will be, um, you will score good in pronunciation. Pronunciation is 39 means you're not satisfying the software, which might affect your speaking, listening, and reading as well. Just if you are in the Telegram group, share one audio so that we'll analyze what happened. Archana, in write from dictation, can we write singular and plural both if we are in doubt? Yes, you can. Deep, ma'am, what I need to improve my pronunciation? The See, pronunciation depends on few parameters actually. One is mother tongue influence, and the other one will be sh sounds or g sounds for few students. So that we can analyze once you share your recording on Telegram, and we need you need a personal attention as well there. So which is very important. Okay. Tankor, yes, pronunciation will be affecting your listening. listening, reading, and speaking. All the three. Okay, and don't get confused when you see all these sources, because there are so many sources on internet and there's a lot of content over internet which can help you to learn things. But see, video says one thing and the other one a different thing. So when you are going through all the things like this, you get confused, and if you apply all those things in your exam, your score will be in this way only. So better come to a step that you will be getting a customized solution, because no one can provide a customized solution for you through internet or so. So that means an individual solution should be needed for you. And for example, if we take today's webinar, different people will be watching, like for example, Sandeep, Deep, and Venkateshwarlu, Meet, and everyone is this webinar. And you have sent me the answers as well. But as we have only 1 hour time, I can't even analyze those, because if the questions are done, I'll just go with the answers. And what I just wanted to tell you is, if it is not possible addressing each and every person in this webinar individually, please don't take it. Just send your answers on Telegram. We'll be analyzing there. And if it could be possible only when we have some personal interaction, right? And better send your answers, or else you can take the paid session or coaching or a personal session. This is where I answer your questions or queries live. And I've done for more than 1,000 people till now, and that has transformed the lives of them. Okay, I've received a couple of questions. Sandeep is asking, any point if we write only part of sentence? Yes, yes. How many words you write, you get points for that, those words which you have written, Sandeep. But remember, even if you're missing a single word also, there is no chance for you to score 79 plus. And most of the right from dictations get repeated. And if you have written the exam already in the month of November, you can easily find at least one right from dictation which I have done today, which I have displayed today. For sure, you might have got it. So better go with the prediction file which we are releasing every month, and go through all those right from dictations, which is very important. Archana, in listening fill in the blanks, can we write, if we are not sure of the answer, can we write? Yes, Archana, because there is no negative marking, you can do that. And Meet, your answer is good from these lectures, but there are few grammatical mistakes, Meet, and which are the financial capital and also the benefits. So your answer is, the lecture mainly talks about New Zealand's economic and social condition in order to, okay, yeah. The lecture mainly talks about New Zealand's economic and social condition. In order to adapt and attain sustainability, one must reform, great innovation and challenges. New Zealand is super diversified country with good. Okay, so few grammatical mistakes. That's all. Pawan, he has left. So whose answer is this? Varun also has left. Yes, Pawan has written the earthquake one. When you think that the audio is not clear, he has written all the things which he is aware of this earthquake. Like for example, he has written the lecture discusses about, again discusses about is a mistake there. So Pawan, you have done a mistake. The lecture discusses about a natural disaster, earthquake. Earthquake occurs when there is a collision of tectonic plates. So I think he was not the audio was not clear for him. And when you have a weird audio like this, you can write, okay, he got the main idea, that is earthquake. When he got the main idea earthquake, he has written whatever he know regarding earthquake. As there is no negative marking, something is better than nothing. He has written so many keywords, and where most of the keywords are matching with the real audio. So, however, few words are not there from the audio, but they will be excluded, and the words from the audio will be considered by the software. So, this is a good idea. Very good, Pavan. And Varun also has left. Any more questions you have? Deep, in describe image, if we mix present and past tense, no problem. Grammar is not scored there, Deep. So you can speak whatever you want there. Ketan, which is fill in the blank preparation. From where you have to prepare and get your question, but the answer would be practice from PT Tutorials app, because we have given so many questions there. You have so many questions there in the PT Tutorials app, and you just keep practicing from there. Okay, you can get in touch with us through the website, Telegram group, emails, Facebook. We are on Instagram as well. Okay, and we are ready to help you. You can join the Telegram group of PT Tutorials. And that's all for today. Webinar is done. And thank you so much for participating. All the best for your preparation. And we'll meet again on the next Saturday. The topic would be the most repeated questions for this month. So I'll be taking all the questions from the exam memories of the students and give you. Okay, that's all for today. Bye, everyone.